A very good evening to our participants, organizers, and guest speakers. I, Shivam Dave, would like to thank everyone for taking the time to join us today as we talk about the introduction to mixed reality and the metaverse. This session aims to enlighten the participants with the knowledge of mixed reality and the metaverse. For the same purpose, we are joined by our distinguished speaker, Mr. Zaid Zaim from Berlin. Mr. Zaim is an alumnus of RADI School Digital Integration and Microsoft MVP for Mixed Reality. He has led and engaged with diverse worldwide tech communities. He works at HoloLux and drives metaverse activities, supporting customers and clients on their metaverse journey. It is indeed an honor to be able to enhance our knowledge in this field from a pioneer such as himself. Mr. Zaid Zaim, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for agreeing to impart your experience with all of us present here, despite your busy schedule. I am confident that all the participants will gain immensely from this event. So without a further ado, I now call upon Mr. Zaim to start with the event.
Cool. Thank you very much for the introduction and for the invitation. It's a great pleasure to be here over the continents, over the countries. So yeah, thanks to the invitation. It's a great pleasure to be here to speak with an amazing tech community and audience like you guys. Yeah, and today I would like to take you with me on a journey, beginning first with my um, oh, again, sorry. So yeah, as you mentioned before, so today's talk is going to be an introduction about mixed reality and HoloLens 2 specifically, and then I will be giving a small glimpse on the metaverse. So maybe can you tell me if you can see my screen and the slides?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay. Nice. So today's content is, or in today's talk, I will begin with the following. So I'll be talking about my journey. So who I am, how I got into the mixed reality space, and some tips and tricks, and giving also a small glimpse on the Microsoft MVP program. Then I will be giving yeah. Then we will dive into mixed reality. What is mixed reality? What is the HoloLens 2 technology, and which use cases are available? Then I will scope specifically on a special use case that I've been driving in the last few months, the last 2 3 years also. What mixed reality for cultural heritage? So what is this, and how we can use basically modern technology to preserve cultural heritage? And then finally, a small introduction on the metaverse. So what is this? What can we do there? And what is it in a nutshell? And I've been doing few with HoloLux, an innovation agency for mixed reality, recently specialized in the metaverse space. Yeah, so what we have been doing in the metaverse space, and yeah, giving some in a glimpse on that. So yeah, so who I am? So I'm Zaid, originally from Syria. I came to Germany in 2013 because of the war in Syria. As you probably know, since 2011 there is a civil war in Syria that unfortunately forced me and my family to leave the country because of the war, and to be able then to we came to Germany because of the war, finding and living in peace. Um, when I was since I was a child, I had a huge passion for technology, similar to all of us here in the room. Probably one of the things we can definitely remember playing computer games in our childhood with our friends, cousins, and family members. I love computer games. Biggest highlights for me were GTA, Half Life, and many others that I always had a huge interest on these areas and motivated me to get more into this space. And always developed an interest how such computer games, for example, could be developed. Um, and I took this passion with me from Syria to Germany. In 2017, I joined Ready School of Digital Integration. This is an NGO that supports newcomers and refugees learn quality skills in tech to support them integrate into the IT world. In Germany, there are around 80,000 vacant IT positions, and Ready School is doing this by integrating the newcomers and refugees, supporting them with quality tech skills to be able to bridge into the to the German tech industry. So the cool thing is at Ready School, teachers men- are not real teachers, so they are mentors from the tech scene. So they are enthusiasts, people who work in the tech scene and spend their time at Ready School teaching, tech interested people how their tips and tricks and sharing with them their knowledge, their valuable knowledge, to be able to develop some technical skills. And I had the opportunity in 2017 to join Ready School to get then to get deeper knowledge, deepen my interest and knowledge on the tech field. What I had before as a child in computer games, now at Ready School, I had the opportunity to get more deeper and see what is behind these things. Beginning first, getting some tips and tricks, getting started with the programming language Python, and that was somehow the beginning, deep getting some technical foundation in at Ready School. And the teachers at Ready School, as mentioned before, they are mentors from the tech sector, so people who are working in tech companies like Microsoft, Facebook, Google, and many never ending list. And here I had the opportunity once to join a hackathon together with a Microsoft mentor who introduced me to hackathons. So what is a hackathon in a nutshell? So a hackathon is basically a competition where people from diverse backgrounds gets together, like design and technology, and getting together brainstorming on solutions of problems that, for example, a hackathon facilitator provides. And these people forms teams and hack together to make solutions for these challenges. Um, as we had an amazing mentor from Microsoft, Matthias. He provided us one time, provided me with the HoloLens technology, the HoloLens One. At that time, I was really sparked. He gave me the device at on the weekend to play around with it, and then told me, "Okay, play around. You can play around with it." At home, and I started getting these holograms at my living room, and this was really sparking. So wearing the HoloLens and getting these 3D objects, having your galaxy here, this was fascinating. We went then to the HoloLens to the hackathon at that time, the IoT hackathon in Berlin, together with a team formed of Ready students and other tech enthusiasts, tech experts who already worked, for example, on technologies like HoloLens. And this was, to me, a very changing game changer, as I had the opportunity to work with a real team and get real insights how to get started and develop how you can get started and develop an application for a HoloLens. So beginning with Unity 3D, what is Unity 3D and how to setting up the environment. So this was, yeah, a very turning point to me, getting inspired by these amazing people on this technology. So more on mixed reality, we are coming to it in a bit. Yeah, so basically these experiences from starting at Ready School to going to hackathons. So these are two examples of hackathon. I love hackathons, so it's a really great opportunity that you guys develop, yeah, gain real practical skills and get some hands-on experiences and get to know new technologies. Exactly. So just in between. So if you have any questions, guys, please send these in the chat, or we can have we will have a short Q&A at the very end of the presentation. Back to the story. So yeah, and these experiences developed in me a huge passion for mixed reality and the HoloLens technology, and then I started giving something back to the community. I started digging more and more on what is mixed reality, how to get started developing applications for AR and VR, and started giving and sharing my knowledge with the community, beginning first with the Ready School students and community, teaching them basically how to develop their first AR, MR application. And it is a very special moment when you see these people really developing or playing around with a completely new software, and then at the end of the day they have something in the hand. So this is really uh, yeah, a very touching moment to you as a teacher, as a mentor, or as, yeah, as a workshop facilitator. So when these guys have something at the end of the day, something in the hand, going out and showing this to the world, this is incredibly amazing. And when we think about such workshops, we really don't want, you can't, similar to our talk today, so you can't make people software developers within 2 hours, but it's more like really sharing the passion, the knowledge, and the enthusiasm about a certain area in this in the tech field, and then people develop interest and enthusiasm on this field, and hopefully they start engaging with this area. So it's really again more like sharing the emotional moments, um, the interest, and of course the technical knowledge, and this combination makes a huge impact and difference. So Ready School is one of the examples of the tech communities I've been leading, I've been contributing to. Then I started, yeah, doing more to tech communities, giving more workshops in Germany, in Berlin, in meetups. And I started recently leading, for example, the Unity Berlin meetup, where I get we get developers from diverse backgrounds together, listening to talks, motivational talks, and finally then getting together, networking, and yeah, growing the tech community, and especially also aiming things toward the mixed reality scene. So these experiences, these contributions to the tech community, the contributions and the activities I've been doing in different tech communities from Berlin today to India and worldwide, allowed me to be then recognized by Microsoft as a Microsoft most valuable professional, the MVP, or the MVP recognition. It's in a nutshell, it's yeah, as we mentioned before, it's a recognition from Microsoft that values your contributions and activities you have been doing in tech communities. So sharing your knowledge, your passion for technology to a tech community. This can result you getting, for example, the MVP award, because people like us in the tech in the tech scene, in the tech sector, it's very rare that people spend really time to do things for the community. So that's why Microsoft really values people who shows leadership and who share their knowledge and expertise for diverse tech communities. So this is in a nutshell the Microsoft MVP program. So also one of the cool benefits are that you work with Microsoft product groups indirectly in Microsoft in Redmond. You get some cool swags. It's a reputation also. Yeah, so that's the MVP program. And if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer these to you or give you some more tips and tricks. Yeah, so that was basically a little bit of my journey, my story, how I got into tech, giving something back to the community, resulting this with the MVP recognition, the MVP award, that some people call also like the the Oscars for techies. Exactly, and now we are jumping into the second chapter, which is the mixed reality technology, the mixed reality spectrum, a new vision of computing. So here we have a short overview on the evolution of computing. So remembering in the maybe in the late 1990s, early 2000s, people, yeah, the computers, the huge computers, started basically shrinking into laptops, portable laptops. So from there, uh, it got always easier, so that to interact with the computers, they got always smaller and more powerful, for example. Then remembering here, in around 2006, 2007, the revolution when the iPhone came out, for example, how people were really sparked, completely smartphone touch interactions. This was a really game changer at that time. And now we are entering the fourth uh, evolution of computing, which is mixed reality, where we are, as users, able to interact in the scene and manipulate yeah, the world around of us through headsets like the HoloLens, VR devices, and you name it. So here we have the really cool example of yeah, when we wear the HoloLens 2, one of the interactions or the introductions is you open your hand palm and you can get a hummingbird flying over your hand. So imagine this immersion in there, getting the hummingbird on your hand, then making the HoloLens tracking your hands. This is a really special moment for, yeah, I think for people who really try the HoloLens technology for the very first time. So yeah, so what is actually mixed reality? So there are many the definitions on the term, but yeah, I would love to share with you mine, my version. So mixed reality is a spectrum that begins from that has two subcategories: augmented reality and virtual reality. And these two realities are under the umbrella of mixed reality. So we have virtual reality, where you wear an instance of VR device like the Windows Mixed Reality devices or the Oculus Quest, for example, and then you get completely immersed in a virtual world where your consciousness is completely isolated from the real world. So you are completely in a completely new world. You can be on Mars. You can hang out with Albert Einstein, and yeah, you are completely in a different dimensions. We have augmented reality. So also augmented reality means simplified. We overlay the digital content over the real world. So the most common example we know is the in the years to 2016, 2017, when we started hearing about games like um, the Pokemon Go, where you enhanced the real world and getting the Pokemon objects, these digital content into your world. And the cool thing, you started interacting with the virtual world that is getting enhanced you through your mobile phone and with the Pokemons, so over the touch screen of your mobile. So, and mixed reality means then the fusioning of both these of both these two realities. So we are fusioning VR and AR. We're having then as an example the HoloLens 2 device. Uh, so you can wear the HoloLens 2 basically, and you can see the real world. Can we? Yeah. Sorry. So. Uh, exactly. So to come back to this, so mixed reality, yeah, we have, for example, the HoloLens 2 device. We can perceive the real world, the real environment, and then the HoloLens 2, as we see here, has different sensors, depth cameras that scans the real world, and we are able then to integrate the digital content into the physical world. So here, really, the game changer is integrating the digital content into the physical world. So this really opens to us incredibly new dimensions. So um, the HoloLens then recognizes the real world, and then, for example, you can grab an object and really put it on the table where it should be. Or, for example, when you are working in a factory and you have a digital a physical machine, and you have some problems in there, you can overlay this machine with the digital contents that supports you um, coming to solutions faster and faster. And these digital twins of a real physical machine gets completely overlaid, integrated onto the physical object. So yeah, that's the HoloLens or the mixed reality spectrum in a nutshell. Um, yeah, so fusioning the digital content into the physical world or integrating the digital content into the physical world is, in a nutshell, mixed reality. So as we saw here, you can wear the HoloLens, and the most unique thing here is the open up the comfort, which is a game changer in here. So you wear the HoloLens as a helmet, for example, and yeah, so the weight of it is completely um, divided on your head, for example. And key innovation immersion is basically here that as the HoloLens has sensors, depth sensors on its and cameras on its surface, allows the device then to recognize your hands and then allows you as a user to completely interact with objects as if you are interacting with a real life physical objects. But we are basically interacting with 3D objects, 3D representations of objects, so-called as holograms. And here is the example of the hummingbird getting over your hand, and then this you can really interact with objects um, in in mixed reality. So also the HoloLens 2 has eye tracking, so you can even the HoloLens, you as an input system, you can really interact with objects through through the movements of your eyes. So here as an example, you have a text that you can read in the HoloLens, and then based on the movements of your eye pupils, um, you scroll throughout the text, for example. Exactly. And here we have some current use cases or the stack of mixed reality. So we have different segments like immersive gaming and social. So games made by Microsoft within, for example, the Activision Blizzard, or like flight simulation. And we have immersive social experiences like Altspace VR, which we will come a little bit to that within the presentation. We have immersive collaborations like Microsoft Mesh for Teams that allows you to join, for example, um, a Teams call and then collaborate with others who are in a virtual world. So you have also immersive presence together with others, seeking on challenges and finding solutions to problems. We have there is also as the HoloLens 2 is also an enterprise device. It's mostly used also nowadays in the remote assistance and inspection um, area, where as we jumped on the example before, when having some challenges, you are in a factory or you are um, on a construction site, you have challenges in there, you can wear the HoloLens, and you are in India, for example, and then you can call someone who is in a completely in another country like Germany, or who is in the USA, and then this engineer, for example, would help you to come to a solution to your challenges. So by drawing things, giving you some instructions as if it's in real life. In this case, we are saving a lot of money from traveling and CO2 emissions from traveling from A to B. The HoloLens is, for example, used in the healthcare space. So many use cases here, also like overlaying some MRT visualizations over a patient, or having these special visualizations that help doctors see where challenges are. So again, here we are dividing again the the individual use cases here, like this stack of immersive and gaming, social gaming, and immersive collaborations are under the customer experiences, and commercial experiences overlay also from the immersive collaborations to remote assistance and industrial use cases are from in the area of digital twins and AI simulations in factories that we discussed before. So here are few use cases from different Microsoft partners. Here we have, for example, Ident Labs, virtual design and collaborations that allows you, for example, here on the left, to design your space, your future kitchen, your future home with mixed reality. Here, the most cool example would be, I don't know if anyone here in the room knows Sims. So here, really is the dream, bringing your dream kitchen, your dream home into making it real using mixed reality. So when we speak about mixed reality and HoloLens 2, we can't forget about the Azure cloud, the Microsoft Azure cloud, that provides also Azure mixed reality services. So on the first hand, we have Azure Spatial Anchors, so you can set, as the name says, anchor points in the real world, and that allows you to the mixed reality experience to remember certain objects and positions of the mixed reality experience in the real world. So if you wear the HoloLens and you position specific holograms in the space, you the HoloLens remembers where these objects were. And a really cool another factor is, or a challenge on hand-mounted displays is computing. So the HoloLens device is unfortunately not a supercomputer that allows you, let's say, to play GTA game with maximum graphic settings, but or to render complex 3D objects. Here is the game changer, is really rendering complex 3D objects that allows you to render 3D complex objects in the cloud on Azure, and then stream these objects from the Azure cloud to your mixed reality experience and device. Here we have the concrete example is we have an engine on the left side in low poly without real-time lighting, and here we have on the right side a complex object of the engine rendered on from Azure and streamed to the HoloLens device. Exactly. So such challenges could be conquered using Azure Mixed Reality services. Exactly. And now I would like to share with you also another special use case, which is mixed reality for cultural heritage. So how we can use mixed reality basically to preserve and bring cultural heritage back to life. And here I would like also to jump in another dimensions, share with you a story that goes back first in 2007. So as mentioned before, I'm originally from Syria, and Syria has many cultural heritage sites like the ancient city of Palmyra. And in 2007, I had the opportunity to visit the city together with my family. Here you see a picture of of us on in the city of Palmyra. A special moment of viewing the ancient monuments, going inside of them, viewing the beauty of them, was a really special game-changing moment to me. Um, so, what is or where is Palmyra? Palmyra is an ancient Roman site in the middle of the Syrian desert. Dates back around 4,000 years. Um, Merchants from in ancient times, merchants and traders from different countries, from China, from India, came through the Mediterranean to Palmyra. They started exchanging their goods, and took Palmyra as a in between station, as an in between stop to rest and yeah, to spend their time in there. And this made also Palmyra as a rich city, basically, to allow the merchants to stay in your city, in your country. You needed to take some taxes from them, and this, for example, made Palmyra as a rich city in ancient times, um, making it as a trade hub. This made also Palmyra attractive to different merchants, to different rulers from the Phoenicians, the Romans, and later the Arabs. Beauty, uh, the wealth of the city and the beauty of the city reflected in its monuments and artifacts like Roman triumphal arch, Roman amphitheater, and many temples like the Temple of Bel to honor the god of Bel. These monuments and artifacts outstanded for thousands of years. Unfortunately, and here we have an image of the Roman theater of Palmyra before the war in Syria. Unfortunately, the war in Syria destroyed these monuments. Here we see in 2016 when this cultural site, this Roman theater, got conquered in 2016, occupied by ISIS, and they turned it to an execution place. When they left this place, they started destroying the ancient monuments systematically. Here we have also a picture before and after the destruction of the Arc of Triumph. We can't recognize anything of the monument. So, known by the fact I'm or yeah, having personal experiences that I went through in Syria from visiting Palmyra, and now recently building a skill set on one of the most high-end technologies like mixed reality and HoloLens. I thought of merging both of these experiences in forming a project, Mixed Reality for Cultural Heritage, beginning in 2019, late 2019, forming a community who is supportive and with a diverse community of incredible people. One of them is Rehan Mazid, one of your friend on on the university, who contributed with us to forming um, yeah, an incredible community to bring supporting bringing cultural heritage back to life using mixed reality and HoloLens technology. We Yeah, and here we have a real representation of how a tech booth, for example, would look like of the experience. So we aim to virtually rebuild the ancient monuments. Here we see some, for example, the Temple of Bel, holographically marked in blue, are the spaces where the objects are destroyed. You can grab destroyed objects and really put them back where they been. And here is the key point: is really motivating the users, people, to be engaged and motivated to contribute to cultural heritage, preserving them and bringing them back to life. Here we can also see the beauty of the monument, so the details on the pillars and the ornamentation that also give you the context and the history of these monuments. That was a glimpse on mixed reality, the mixed reality space, the play space, and now let's jump into a glimpse into the metaverse. Just give me 1 second. Yep, I'm back. So yeah, welcome to the metaverse is our slogan at HoloLux. HoloLux is an innovation agency for realizing projects in all different realities, beginning from AR and VR and mixed reality, and recently in the metaverse space. Um, exactly. And now I want to give you a glimpse on the metaverse. So HoloLux is led by Christian Glasnow. He's the Light Wolf, the CEO and founder of HoloLux, and also a fellow Microsoft MVP. I have also here a very special story how I I met Christian. We works we share the same passion, the same enthusiasm on mixed reality. And one time we met in a hackathon, working together on a challenge on accessibility and using mixed reality for accessibility use cases. And this was the game changer for me, getting together with Christian. And yeah, we saw that we share similar interests, similar energies. We And then he invited me joining him at HoloLux to multiply on the different spaces like mixed reality and the metaverse. So what is actually metaverse? So we have been hearing this in the last few months. God, it has become a hype. Facebook has changed their name to Meta. Exactly. So um, in a nutshell, so we many of us probably maybe know movies like Ready Player One. So this dystopian view of the year of 2045, where people are, yeah, nothing is most likely working anymore in on our planet Earth. But we have one way to flee our reality by wearing a device that gets us into the oasis, completely virtual world, where you can do anything you would like. You can work, you can meet with others, play games, go on challenges, collaborate, and doing anything that is possible that in reality not that the reality do not make it possible. So basically, the metaverse, in a nutshell, is a virtual world, a space that all kind of people can contribute to. Um, that you can do all kinds of activities you would like to do with others. Collaborating, meeting other people in a virtual space, getting together, socializing, networking, doing some challenges, playing games, and yeah. So, for example, I can't meet nowadays a family member who is currently in Syria. I'm in Germany. We can get on a metaverse platform or a virtual reality platform like on Space VR, and we can get together. And this is, yeah, again, a game changer. So this is in a nutshell what is the metaverse, and communication and collaboration is in our genes since um, our first evolution. So we are really into so these getting together with others, socializing and networking is in our, yeah, in our DNA, in our genes since ages. And this is something that the metaverse is also enhancing for us nowadays. Here we also have the evolution of communication, beginning with the printing press to the telegraph to the telephone, and now having nowadays the revolution and evolution of the metaverse, where you can meet others and communicate with others through a completely virtual environment. So the best example also, we can a nice connection we can connect to the metaverse is, so in the late 1990s 2000s, we remember the revolution of the internet, for example, the web 2.0, for example. So and until now we develop websites, for example, internet sites, and you can as a tool for building websites, we have been using HTML. And nowadays, in we can use mixed reality tools, or the skills that you have been building for developing VR, AR experiences and developing experiences for mixed reality and HoloLens. You can use these. You can use mixed reality, your knowledge in mixed reality, to contribute building the metaverse. So why is collaboration in mixed reality better? So so last year we got the announcement, for example, by Microsoft Mesh, where allows people who are in different countries, for example, where instance of HoloLens 2, here we see, for example, a person teleporting, having a holoportation, joining this person in mixed reality, and yeah, having a closer look on the Earth, having a discussion on specific challenges, and together, this is, for example, what have been being able to be brought by Microsoft Mesh. For example, in November, we got an announcement by Microsoft Mesh for Teams, and this is opening another spectrum, another possibilities and dimensions, where it allows people who are already collaborating, for example, in mixed reality, giving people the opportunity to join such collaborations, discussions, and contributions within the Teams platform, joining immersive worlds to discuss and collaborate on different challenges. And this is something that Microsoft Mesh for Teams would be making possible in the future. So here we have some screenshots from November of the Microsoft Mesh for Teams platform. Here, getting completely immersed in virtual worlds and discussing different things and collaborating on different challenges here, like empowering collaboration in the metaverse, in mixed reality, where, yeah, people from diverse backgrounds, from different countries, can get really together, different businesses, getting together, brainstorm, and bringing ideas together to life, and making collaboration in a new dimension, unique experience. So the most game changer is here is also our human senses. So when you wear, for example, a VR device like IQuest and get into a virtual, completely immersed in a virtual world, your human senses react to these worlds as if you are in a real world. So this there is nothing really new to us as humans, but these opportunities are enhancing, are tweaking, are appealing to our human senses. So the one of the special unique virtual reality VR collaboration tools also currently from Microsoft is Outspace VR, where it's not specialized on mixed reality collaborations, but it's more like that we saw before in the early deck of mixed reality and HoloLens, that allows people to get together, socialize, and network. And in Altspace, you can host parties and events. And this is what we have been doing lately, for example, at HoloLux. And now I would like to share with you different use cases and videos we have been doing in the in the metaverse partying space, for example. So let me reshare again my screen, enable the audio. Okay, cool. So
Hello.
Welcome all to the Winter Wonderland for Deutsche Bank, hosted in Altspace VR. My name is Asajina, and I'm the Global Technology Strategist for Microsoft. We are particularly proud to be here with the Deutsche Bank team, as this is one of the first banks entering the metaverse, especially for an event such as this, a Winter Wonderland with challenges and competitions and a new way of communicating and collaborating with those all around the world.
DB has now started to roll out Teams. It brings together the full collaboration experience into a single location. We see this evolution continuing, and Altspace VR is a good example of how we see those technologies developing in the future.
Yeah, and everyone, welcome to the Metaverse. Really exciting. With virtual reality, you have the first communication technology that is able to touch your emotions and to trigger your instincts. It's a collaboration platform. You can build your own experience. It's not just a marketing idea or a hype or something. There's really science behind it, why it will be the next big thing for communication.
Seeing this in action for the first time has certainly sprung a lot of ideas up on how the bank can use this technology to our advantage in the future.
exactly. So yeah, this was one of the use cases of the metaverse we have been doing. Which is we in December we invited, for example, Deutsche Bank, a huge institution around the world, to join us into the metaverse to celebrate their Christmas party, bringing their worldwide team together to have playful activities, getting together, networking. What is unfortunately nowadays due COVID-19 is not really possible. And this was an opportunity for a real life metaverse experience. Other than that, we also jumped into the party space. Also because of COVID, many the nightlife clubs are completely shut it down, and the metaverse was also an opportunity to make people celebrate together. There's a huge tech community called Teams Nation. It's one of the biggest Microsoft Teams worldwide communities tech conference. And now normally when we go to a tech conference, there is most likely always an after party. And now to COVID, there is no real these connection anymore. And we hosted with Christian Glasner, with Hololux, we hosted a metaverse after party for Teams Nation. So let's have a look on that. Yeah, and this is another example how we can socialize and have a party in
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Learning with Jagman X.
Exactly, as we saw, there are, for example, some virtual cocktails that people can grab. This is, for example, here we have some in other meetup or conference that we hosted an after party we hosted for the Austrian Developer Community Day. We hosted the after party. So let's have a look on there. And here we see really different interactions. Let's check these out. So this time the theme was on the Caribbean. Cheers. Hi, how are you? Yep, and yeah, and that's it for today's presentation, for today's talk. So that's my closing up, and yeah, thank you very much for listening, for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, now I'm more than happy that we have a small Q&A, and before jumping into the Q&A, I would like to also share with you guys that we are looking for a talented 3D artist, a metaverse 3D artist at Hololux. joining us, manufacturing and building the next metaverse, building worlds, environments for the metaverse. So if any one of you is interested in that, yeah, just let's discuss this. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I will share my contacts. So, and also if you are interested to contribute to us with HoloLux as in 3D artist, just ping me. And also if you are interested in more stuff on mixed reality and the cultural heritage project, also I'm more than open to answer now your questions. And yeah, if you have any questions, unmute yourself and ask or type in the chat.
Yes, so thanks for your wonderful session, sir. So as you're open for Q&A, guys, if anyone has any queries, do raise your hand, so we know that to whom we should, go ahead with first. Anyone with any questions?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I want to ask that how is the idea of metaverse for Microsoft different than the idea of Facebook?
So yeah, we I think Microsoft is going more like on the so the we Microsoft is having, for example, platforms like Altspace VR that is in the is going to be in the social space, as we saw now the different use cases we have been doing, like parties, getting people together. This is, for example, on the social networking space, and also in the on the collaboration and business segment, where Microsoft Mesh for Teams, for example, comes into the game, which allows you to collaborate with others in mixed reality. So, as we saw before, like different businesses would come into the metaverse, brainstorm together on solutions. This is the main difference. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so anyone else with any questions?
Uh, so if we want to learn more about mixed reality, so what can we look after? Like, what are the resources we can use for that purpose?
Yeah, I'm just seeing here that I don't have access to the chat. Um, can you enable me the chat, my friend?
So there are some issues with this chat and you're not able to enable it. So you can share with Swastika who contacted you. We'll share the resources with them.
Okay, I will share some resources via email with you guys. Cool. So what I would really share here is you can visit the Microsoft Learn platform. So here there are really new, incredible new courses, introductory courses, how you can get started building apps for mixed reality. So yeah, this is my yeah a good place to start with.
Okay, sir.
Yep. So anyone else?
Hello.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
How
Ariane.
Hi. How secure would you say the metaverse is, given that it's built through blockchain technology?
Yeah, so this is actually a really important question. So, for example, in Allspace VR, there is something called the privacy bubble that is enabled, so that allows users to have their space, their real privacy space in the virtual environment, and then you can control whether specific interactions are allowed to interact with others. Exactly.
Thank you.
Mhm. Cool. Any other questions? Yeah, so please feel free also to connect with me on LinkedIn. It's my same name, Zaid Zaim. Yeah, if you have more questions, interest on today's presentation, just ping me.
Um, I, Shivam Dave, would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our great speaker, Mr. Zaid Zaim, for taking the time and effort to deliver such an informative session for us. I'm confident that by attending this event, all of the attendees will have learned a great deal about mixed reality and the metaverse. I'd like to express my gratitude to everyone who participated and helped make this event a success. InnovatorsQuest socials have been left in the chat box. Keep an eye for more fascinating workshops in the future. Thank you.
Cool, nice. Then yeah, have a nice evening. It was a really great pleasure to join you guys. To meet your incredible tech community. So yeah, have a nice evening, and I'm very looking forward to doing more incredible stuff together in the future. So if any one of you again is having any 3D skills, was a 3D artist, talented in this area, also just ping me, because we are also at HoloLux looking for new artists, so or someone also to join our family. Cool. So thank you very much, and see you soon, hopefully. And let's connect on LinkedIn. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Cheers.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.